Sup y'all, I'm Sang from Gamer Viscosity and welcome to Fingerbones. Now this is uh, as you can see in the writing, a psychological horror game by David Syzmanski. I actually played his other game, the Moon Sliver, and I have his other game called A Wolf in Autumn, as well as the Music Machine. I have every single one of his games, and I absolutely love his narrative games. Now, it's psychological horror, meaning if you're expecting any jump scares or anything of the sort, um, this isn't the game that will have it. It's very much based on non-linear exploration and, uh, of course, narrative that adds to the atmosphere and the horror. So, without further ado, I'm going to begin because that mouse sensitivity. I'm gonna bring that down a bit. I loved his other game, and I loved how he delivers everything in his writing. When I was 15 years old, I lost my virginity. I shook uncontrollably the entire time. I felt the same primal excitement yesterday night in the cellar. It's my weekend to get Katie, but I'm not really in the mood. I distracted her with the TV and came here to read. I couldn't interest myself in reading, so I tried to write. I couldn't write anything more than the usual handful of disconnected thoughts and theories. Medication didn't help, and divorce certainly didn't help. Because I am not depressed. I am enlightened. This is the result of 2 decades of scientific education and philosophical pondering. This is the price of knowledge. And these games are also intended for one sitting. They're no longer than like 30 minutes to an hour. But you really do get your fill. Appears to be a page from a manuscript. Pop morality is too reliant on emotions, and not reliant enough on rational thought. If morality must be determined, and I maintain that it is a farce, it should not be determined by feeling. Feelings are nebulous, subjective, and changeable. Rather, it should be determined by thinking. The actions of a natural creature are natural and thus moral, unless a concrete scientific reason can be given to prove them as immoral. Alright. Oh, there we go. It was pretty dark. Can I interact with any of these? I don't know why I'd use my daughter's name as a door lock code in my survival bunker. But whatever keeps her happy, I suppose. She's like her mother, a delicate, fragile version of her mother. Damn her. Circling around the whole room. That's a little concerning there, those knives. Oh, what's this? Okay, I can't seem to turn it back off, so... What is this doing? Swap around and see what changed. It might be just a power generator, but... I don't know, there's something with that wall, I don't know what to do. Oh, okay. Katie. Wait, hold on. Did I spell it right? Pretty sure I spelled it right. Hold on. Oh, okay. It's just the tone that threw me off from the keyboard. I thought it meant I entered it wrong. It's finally happened. The whole world is a chaos of thunder and screams, and when the ashes settle, we will all be wild animals again. I'm ecstatic beyond words. I haven't been able to reach Lynn for several days, and she's probably dead for all I know or care. But Katie was here when it started, and I have no idea what to do with her. Most of the town is dead. Katie and I only survived because we ran to the bunker. Perhaps this is what I've needed. Freedom from all the irrational rules and insane social values. Just pure, beautiful survival. This guy is obsessed with that idea. Okay, can't really head down there. It's another note. I boxed up everything that isn't practical or useful. I burned all the books that weren't for scientific edification. I'd like to store the boxes in the cellar, but I can't get them down the ladder by myself. I just piled them up near the hatch. The blood would probably ruin them anyways. The blood. God, is he gonna murder his child? See, what can I do now? Oh god. I don't like that breathing. Are we some sort of survivor that came into this bunker? Are we him? Are we the daughter? Well, that breathing sounded really male-like. So, I'm not entirely sure about that. Maybe something's changed up here, I don't know. I want to take a look at this again. It's a girl crying. I think I'll be able to get her out if I finish this game. This guy seems to be the worst at making passwords. So, he's used Katie as the password. Maybe Lynn for the mother? I think Lynn is the mother, just from context. I'll try that. So let's check out that bunker. Okay, this room. Oh, it's so dark. Axes and hammers and nails. A note. She remembered Father's Day and drew me a picture. I don't understand her. She's just like her mother. She wants to waste time drawing pictures, and we're barely able to find enough food to survive. I turned her crayons into candles. We need more candles in case the generator goes out again, and it helps break up the monotony. I yearn for the excitement of those first weeks. This guy is an adrenaline junkie, survival junkie, but she's just a child. She's trying to be nice. There are things I've wanted to do for years, desires I've kept locked in the back of my consciousness. It's been nearly a year since I've seen a woman, and now I realize there's no practical reason to keep those desires locked up anymore. Oh god. Dude, just masturbate or something. Leave the girl alone. She's just a child. I changed the storage room code to something I can easily remember. The rest of the word is missing. That's useful. N and Y, the rest of the word is missing. Okay, I want to take a look again. So there's nothing here. Nothing in that sink. Can't go in that room. Take a look at that again. Change the storage room code to something I can easily remember. And why the rest of the word is missing. The rest of the word is missing. The rest of the word is missing. And then why the rest of the word is missing. And then why. Oops. No, don't cry, baby. I'll get you out. Your father is a piece of shit. And then why? Sperry. Huh. Lynn backwards? Maybe that worked. It's the only thing I can think of. Oh, there we go. Her cries just seem so close. Okay, there's a button there, but I'm gonna take a look at this first. I'm a bag of DNA, and I exist to make more of myself. I married and produced a daughter because my genes demand reproduction. I wrote books and created because creativity served a survival advantage to my ancient ape ancestors. I built this place, took refuge in it, and spent hours thinking up silly little artificial laws to live by. Because my forefathers built cities and societies to allow time and peace to reproduce and to protect their genes. Dreams, loves, opinions, desires, beauty, innocence, figments of a collective primordial imagination, fleeting electrical signals that fire across our synapses for a pointless moment in time. They used to serve a purpose, and now they're in needless confusion. And here I am, the last man on earth for all I know, ready to be freed from them. What did that do? I really thought it would be straightforward. So I pressed that button. That button's gonna stay pressed. Maybe something changed upstairs, I don't know. Let's go check it out. This guy is incredibly messed up. A little too analytical about things. Is that hole? Yeah, that hole's bigger. Oh, let's see. It's, blood and whatever the fuck that is. Let me see. The cellar is freedom. gonna type in freedom into that thing. Maybe that'll do the trick. Let's go check it out. I don't know what I was doing there. Oh, there we go. It's dark and scary cellar. Oh god. It's only enough food for one, so she's going to die anyways. And I'm free now. Freedom. It took the end of all of humanity for me to find freedom. Seems to have been torn from a diary. She finally died last night. I don't know whether from starvation, dehydration, or blood loss. I threw her body into the woods. Her fingers, my anti-religious artifacts, my testaments to moral and intellectual freedom are locked in the safe upstairs. I am content in the knowledge that I haven't done anything wrong. The father didn't know why he'd come back after all these years, starving and tired. He just wanted to see the cellar one last time. With one last flicker, the flashlight died and he was left in pitch dark. He sat down on the cold floor and closed his eyes. He could still hear her, even now. It was peaceful here in the cellar. It was free here in the cellar.